Hello YouTube, Gaming Goddess here with the review on Skygunner for the PlayStation 2. This is a 3D third-person combat flight simulator developed by Pixel Art, so let's see what this game has to offer. First, let's take a look at the gameplay. The player is able to choose between a set of basic and advanced controls. It's pretty self-explanatory. The player also gets to choose between inverted and normal movement. This is a feature I like. Some people are really good with inverted controls, but it's not for me. We have a total of 3 playable characters, but if it's your first time playing through the game, the player can only pick one of the 2 characters that are available. Once you beat all 5 missions with one of the 2 characters, you will finally be able to access the 3rd and final playable character. I believe the game is designed this way because each character comes with their own level of difficulty, hard being the one that you have to unlock. The player is then given the option to view a tutorial. I highly recommend doing this if you aren't used to flight combat systems. And so the game begins. Let's take a look at the combat system. If you did the tutorial, then the game shouldn't be too troublesome. I did take a look at a few things in the tutorial, but I kinda just wanted to figure stuff out on my own. The square and circle button are the attack buttons, X's to speed up, triangles to lock onto enemies. Seems simple enough, right? Well, I actually found it a lot more difficult than I expected. We are given 5 missions total, and each mission has a different objective, such as protecting something or destroying a certain type of enemy. If the mission is successful, we will be rated on how well we did. If we fail the mission, then the game will ask if you want to continue. This almost feels like an arcade game in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the graphics. We are given very good visuals, but no real cutscenes. I found the art style to be very unique. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to like it at all, but I actually enjoyed the art more than I thought. One thing I didn't like was how some of the characters were drawn without pupils. It's kinda creepy in my opinion. The gameplay graphics weren't all that smooth. When there's a lot going on, the gameplay becomes really slow. This happened multiple times throughout the game, and trying to play it in this lagging state makes it really hard to do anything. If you fly away from all the commotion, then it does go away. But when the game requires you to attack a certain thing, and if you're too far away from it, it won't take damage. So the player just kinda has to bear with the lag. Moving on to the audio. This game offers both English and Japanese voice acting. Every time you start up the game, it will ask if you want English voice with English text or Japanese voice with English text. I did try both out, and I found that I liked the Japanese voice acting a lot better. Let's now take a look at the pros and cons. First, some pros would include unique but good art style, a decent story, good voice acting, and the game is very short. Cons would include bad controls, game lag, and there is no autosave. Overall, Skygunner was a decent game. I don't really love it, but I don't really hate it either. Honestly, it just feels way too hard for what it is. And with the way the game is set up, I think it should be an arcade game and not on console. If the player gets shot down, you then have the option to continue. Also, the only way you can save your game is if you go to the quit option in the menu. I found that a little annoying. I think this game would be way better if it had an autosave feature. Though you shouldn't knock something until you try it. This is just my honest opinion on Skygunner, and to me, this game gets a 5 out of 10. If you like this video, then leave a thumbs up. Also, comment your opinions below. I love reading what everyone has to say. This has been a Gaming Goddess review, and remember to keep on gaming.